Any thoughts about the mission trip, and what were the most exciting experiences?
For me, my favorite part was seeing how from the beginning when we first got there, the girls were kind of shy and weren't really sure how they felt about us, but yesterday by the time we left them, they were really sad and one of them even cried, so it was nice to see them kind of just get emotional and get really open up, and one of the girls wrote me a letter about just how much she appreciated us being there and doing stuff for them, so which really surprised me, because you don't realize how much you're impacting somebody's life until you see what how they felt about it at the end.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. I was very surprised upon leaving the level of emotion and appreciation in such a short period of time, the relationships that were formed, and that was just really special for me to really walk away and feel like that we've made a small difference in their lives.
I enjoyed having one-on-one time with my student, because at first she was very shy and she was scared to speak any English, and I started to get her to open up and start to work on her pronunciation. I think she's gonna do great things with her English someday.
I had a very shy one-on-one mentor set up, and she at first did not want to meet with me at all, and I felt like there was some things I needed to work on to be able to get her to open up, and 3-4 days later she's coming to get me and to work with me on her vocabulary, and so it was a great experience, and she opened up in the end, got photos with her and gave her a big hug for my send-off, so it was great.
My one-on-one experience, we were assigned certain students to meet with them and just help them with their homework or any questions that they might have in reference to their schoolwork. And I don't speak any Spanish, so I was a little intimidated by the fact that I would be sitting with a student who spoke very, very little English. And I wasn't exactly sure how that relationship was going to work out. And it was very difficult, it was very challenging. But as we got to know one another, became comfortable with one another, with a lot of hand motions and pointing, a lot of signals, we were able to communicate, and I was able to help her with her English pronunciation. And then we primarily just worked on her English. But I know Marshall actually helped some of the students with math as well as David. But it was just a fantastic opportunity, as we said earlier, to watch the relationships develop, and everybody became very comfortable with one another. So that was just real interesting. And tell me about the working in the kitchen.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say that. I thought, for me personally, I loved being able to be fully submerged in their culture, and they loved teaching us, just showing us the stuff that they do, and we're brand new at it, so they were you could tell they were really excited. So the first night we cooked with them, and they taught us how to make flour tortillas and just all the stuff. And when we would do some work every morning with them before they started classes, they would show us how they did things, and we would carry sticks with them and find logs for the fire and stuff like that. Just that you could tell really excited them that we were kind of doing it alongside with them. So that was great.
Another thing we got to do alongside one of the students was work on her leadership project with her, and that was she was trying to clear a hill to make into a park. And it was basically just woods on a hill, and we were clearing the woods, but which was a very difficult task. And we didn't really get to complete it with her, but we did get to work alongside her and support her in her project, and I think that helped her out a lot.
Yeah.
Now that we finished up, how do you think this mission has affected your life personally?
It's absolutely fascinating to see how another culture lives. The camp, the kitchen and the way that they wash their laundry is very primitive. But I was struck by, although they have very, very little, and they live in a very primitive way, very different from us. They're very happy, and they have dreams and aspirations just like we do, and they want to make something of their lives. And it really made me appreciate my washing machine, number one, but it also made me a little sad that our culture just has so much, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to experience really how little you need, and happiness is not about how much you have, but what true happiness is, and it's about relationship, and we were able to grow these relationships in such a short period of time, and that's what really brings true happiness and fulfillment in life, is just relationships with other people, and just getting to know somebody else from a different culture or speaking a different language it was great, even though I did not speak their language at all. We could communicate.
I think for me, I just felt like really, I don't know, happy at the end, because I felt like I'm kind of like their age, like a girl their age, and there's a bunch of girls my age, so it was cool to be able to just relate to them like regular teenagers just like me, even though they're like living a completely different life than I'm living. But ultimately, like, just because we're from different cultures and like different backgrounds, we can still like be friends, and I don't see myself as like above them just because I'm from, America, where everything's bigger, but I just felt like I could relate to them as just like friends. So that was fun.
Kind of along what Sherry said, I enjoyed seeing the happiness in all the people out in the boonies. They were just so happy, and we would drive by in the car, and they would stop what they're doing and just give us a wave and a smile, and just to see that they have so little, and they're just so content with their lives. That really helped me out.
Yeah, they are simply beautiful people, I think, and I was just impressed by how they simply do their laundry, and then this takes a while, and while Americans can throw their laundry into the wash machine and it's done quickly, and then we go do 6 hours a day of entertainment and watching TV and playing on a computer, and they're forging relationships with each other, and it's just, I just love that simplicity. It's very touching. Certainly, would like to hope to bring some of that back.
In closing, I would like to say that prior to coming on the mission, I was apprehensive because I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to have to offer. I'm not a teacher, and I was going to a school, a college, and I don't speak Spanish, and I was coming to a Spanish-speaking country. So I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to be able to contribute on this mission trip. I knew that I'd maybe be able to do some painting or some physical labor, but very quickly I learned that the task that I did was just such a small part. So it's really, the mission is available to anyone, and everyone has something to offer, because it's primarily about relationships and encouraging these girls that they have value, because in their culture, their culture doesn't nurture them as having value, being girls. And so we were just able to come in and build relationships, and it was just about really encouraging the girls and just loving on them and really allowing them to feel like they do have value. And I would absolutely consider coming again, now that I know that I have something to offer and to contribute to this mission, as well as anyone else. Everyone has something that they can offer.